The deadbeat saga continues with Umar Johnson. Before we get into the clip, let's get war ready. Hold on. Let's begin.
Baby Smurf, can you please ask Mama Smurf why you wasn't breastfed? Your mother refused to breastfeed you because I wanted her to. She put you on white man's milk. Oh, don't let me get started. Don't let me. I got some stories for that ass. I got some stories, but let me not digress. She tried to destroy my life while she did nothing to the man who bust her windows out. Thank God I called the police and had that police report. Now, Mama Smurf, I'm going to drop a bomb on you, Mama Smurf. And I'm going to drop a bomb on Ms. Vegan. I'm talking to baby mama number one, Mama Smurf, and I'm talking to baby mama number two, Mrs. Vegan.
Just want to pause real quick. One common theme you notice with Umar Johnson, he never takes accountability. It's always someone else's fault. Whether you're talking about FDMG, now it's with being an active father in his children's lives. It's always someone else's fault and never Umar. And again, you think Mr. Pro Black, Mr. Family Man, Mr. He was so critical of black men, but yet he's around here with two baby mamas that we know of. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's more to come out in the future.
Let me say this about the baby mama drama. There is a silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. There's a little piece of silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. And that little piece of silver lining in the Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf dishonesty tour, dishonesty and revenge tour, the Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf dishonesty and revenge tour. The only silver.
One thing I will give Umar credit for, I don't know how he thinks of these things off the top of his head, off the cuff. He said, Baby Smurf dishonesty tour. Like, this man should have been a comedian. I mean, honestly, he should have been a comedian. Would have been a millionaire. Well, I mean, I guess he did wind up becoming a millionaire anyway with all the money that he stole from the school. He just squandered it. So, but hey, at least he wouldn't have to tell all these lies and have this long-term scam where people question him about FDMG every other day. But let's continue.
Silver lining about it is y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. Y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. So I done already sent the message to baby mama number two, Miss Vegan. You have 2 weeks to produce my child who you've been keeping from me while I've been paying child support. Just like baby mom number one. It's deja vu. It's deja vu. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. So
Understand, Umar hasn't been paying child support. His donors have been paying child support. Okay. Umar doesn't have a job. Umar doesn't work. So again, like I said, his child support, whatever he's paying is probably very minimum because again, he has no job. So I mean, he whatever income that he's probably reporting is probably very little. I mean, again, this is all by design. So whatever, 100, 200 bucks a month that he's probably sending is next to nothing. But what's truly sad about this whole, in Umar's words, Baby Smurf dishonesty tour is that Umar never would have been speaking on this subject had she not come out and exposed him. The only reason why he's speaking out and panicking now is because he knows how bad this looks for his image. This man is supposed to be a pro-black revolutionary, pro-black family, snow bunnies never, black queens forever. He's going to save all the black boys across America with FDMGs and multiple campuses. But yet he's been absent from his daughter's life for years, both of his children. And the only reason why he's coming out and talking about his baby mama number one. You got 2 weeks to produce my child. If it don't, I'm going to expose you. Where was all of this a year ago? Where was all this 6 months ago? The only reason why Umar Johnson cares about this is because it's affecting his image. That's it. It's not, it has nothing to do with him seeing the children. He could give a damn about those children. And that's why I tell people all the time, you still have people supporting Umar Johnson. I'm like, if a man hasn't even made enough effort to fight for his own kids, you'd be absolutely delusional to think that he's going to save some strangers' kids. I mean, I say it over and over again, and you would think this would be common sense, but
Baby mama number two. We talking to Miss Vegan right now. We ain't talking about Mama Smurf. She old news. She old crusty news. We talking about Mrs. Vegan right now. If I do not meet and see my child by Saturday, March 29th, Mrs. Vegan, I will be going live and I'm going to tell the whole world information you don't want them to know. And Mrs. Vegan, I don't want to put your business in the streets. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. And I respect you, Miss Vegan. I respect you. But you are not going to deny me my child anymore. We have a child support hearing coming up because you want more money. And no problem, I will be at the child support hearing. But we're not talking about child support right now. We're talking about a relationship between the prince and the princess.
understand he was not concerned with any relationship with his princess prior to being exposed 2 weeks ago.
We're talking about a relationship between Queen Kong and King Kong. I better see my baby in the next 2 weeks. You better text me, date, time, place. And once I see my child, you and I will schedule uninterrupted visits. Not in your house. We're not doing grandmama couch no more. I'm taking my daughter out with me, and she's going to spend quality time with me. She's going to go on the road with me. She's going to Africa with me. She's going to London with me. She's going to Jamaica with me. We're going to create a custody agreement outside of the white man. Oh, yes. Black self-determination. We're going to get back to Garveyism starting today. Since you have time to go find Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf said that
Again, where was this energy years ago? Where was this energy 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago? It's only because he's being exposed that now he's trying to save face and wants to be active in his daughter's lives. It's a damn shame that it takes your daughter, that's been on this earth 22 years, for her to come to social media and expose you as a deadbeat, for you to now want to be an active father. But yet people still follow this guy. You see on the social media, women across the country taking pictures with this man, smiling from ear to ear. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. I don't see how anyone in their right mind could still be supporting this man in 2025. I mean, it just goes to show how sick we are as black people, really, that we're still supporting these type of individual when it's clear as day that he's a scammer. FDMG aside, when your own daughter comes out and says, I've seen you a handful of times in 22 years on this earth. You never came to my graduation, but yet this man has time to travel across the world, been commencement speakers at various high schools and colleges across the country, but couldn't even come to his own daughter's graduation.
you said, Baby Smurf said that Miss Vegan found her mother to ask her if we were still in a relationship. Miss Vegan, is that true? Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child, Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child, you reached out to Mama Smurf to find out if I was still dating Mama Smurf. Listen, I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf when she had my child. I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf after she had my child.
So if you had no intention on marrying this woman, why have a child with her? Again, makes no sense. And he's acting like he doesn't have his children's mother's phone phone number where he can make this call and talk to them behind the scenes. I mean, honestly, Umar is really making this a lot worse than it has to be. Um, if he was smart, he would be trying to handle this behind the scenes, trying to get this handled. And if he couldn't get it handled behind the scenes, it would be best just not to speak about it. Because the more he speaks about it, the more energy and the more he keeps it relevant. I mean, it makes no sense to come on here and ask questions um, about your child's mother when you could just call and pick up the phone and talk to her directly.
child, and I damn sure don't want Mama Smurf now. So you don't need to be asking Mama Smurf if we in a relationship. Absolutely not. Any woman that will deny a man his child has no right to be a wife to anyone. I'ma say it again. Black men, it's time to unite. Guess what I'm about to do for all of you? Where my alpha males at? Where my black men? I need
The hypocrisy. Umar been pandering to black women for years and years and years, specifically single mothers. Now he wants to reunite with black men and be arm in arm after he was so, I mean, Umar has been so critical of black men and them not being in their child's lives. And now that he's being exposed, now again, like I said, he wants to, now he's pro black men. Again, these are just the hypocrisies with Umar Johnson. This guy's a fraud, man. Everything you see is smoke and mirrors.
some fists that. Let me talk to the alpha male kingdom. We're my unapologetically African anti-snow bunny alpha males. Black men, this whole Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf, Lies and Revenge tour has inspired me to start a black man family court movement. Who with me? Who is getting sick and tired of being alienated from your children? What black men are sick and tired of paying child support and can't see your child? Where you at, black men? Where you at? I'm talking to black men all around the diaspora. I'm talking to black men all around. Where my black men at? Give me some black fists, African men. Give me some black fists. If you tired of family court, you tired of custody court, you tired of child support court, I'm going to start a movement. Oh, y'all done woke up a sleeping giant now. Y'all done woke up. I'm starting a black man.
Just like all the other movements Umar's over the past year said he was going to start. Whatever happened to that, the conscious single convention? Did that ever come about? Remember the one he's supposed to be going to the Poconos and there's supposed to be this retreat for married couples and he was going to do some counseling. Whatever happened to it? Whatever happened to the documentary? What's the documentary? The School to Prison Pipeline documentary that Umar Johnson was supposed to be doing that he raised tens of thousands of dollars for in donations and never produced. Again, like I said, this is all smoke and mirrors. He's got his panties in a bunch now that he's been exposed by his child, and now he's trying to save face for the internet.
Anti-family court movement. We are sick and tired of being taken advantage of. We are sick and tired of family court taking our money and not guaranteeing us a right to see our children. Do y'all know how many custody agreements I had with Mama Smurf? Me and Mama Smurf had about 4 or 5 custody agreements. Me and Mama Smurf had about 4 or 5 custody agreements, and she violated every one, and family court did nothing. Yes, I filed contempt of court. I told you I got all my paperwork. I
What Umar is really upset is that he had what was it word is escaping me right now, but he had supervised visitation. That's what he had. He had supervised visitation. Essentially, for Umar Johnson to be able to see his child, he had to, the grandmother or someone else had to be present, and he did not like that. I mean, and when you think about why did Umar Johnson have to have supervised visitation? I mean, to me, automatic off the bat, that means was this some type of verbal or physical abuse? Why did the courts deem it necessary for him to have someone present when he visits his daughter? It has to be some type of risk for security or safety there for the judge to implement something like that. So you got to ask yourself, why?
I got all my paperwork. Yes, I filed contempt of court. And what did the court system do to Mama Smurf? Nothing at all. The court system did nothing at all when Mama Smurf failed to produce my child. So we not going for it. Black men, get ready. Black men all over the world. This is a Pan-African movement. I'm starting a black man anti-family court movement. We step into all elected officials. If you are a mayor, if you are a city council person, if you are a state rep, if you are a state senator, and if you don't stand with black men against the family court exploitation and domination, we will vote you out of office. That's right. We're going to start with Congressional Black Caucus. We're going to start with Congressional Black Caucus. We're going to start with Congressional. We going to D.C. Black men, are you ready to march on D.C.? We want a meeting with the Congressional Black Caucus. They not doing nothing anyway. They not doing nothing for black people anyway. They not doing nothing for black people anyway. We're going to go to Congressional Black Caucus, and we're going to tell them that they're going to create a bill for black men. First of all, no child support if he don't see his child. Oh, we changing the rules. You don't get no money if he can't see his child. Period. You don't get no money if he can't see his child. I'm going to say it again. No more money for deadbeat moms. That's right. We keep talking about deadbeat daddies. When are we going to talk about deadbeat moms who keep the kids from the daddy? We keep talking about deadbeat daddies. When are we going to talk about deadbeat moms who keep the children from the daddies?
Again, like I said, Umar Johnson has supervised visitation. He didn't like those terms, and so he chose not to see his child at all. We're going to wrap this up because he's basically just going to, blow a lot of smoke up everyone's ass. There's going to be no movement. There's going to be no protests. Ultimately, he's upset that he's being exposed and he's trying to save face now. The key takeaway from this is you got to understand, we would not be having this conversation today if his daughter did not come to the internet and expose him for being a deadbeat dad. That's the long and short of it. Umar Johnson is essentially trying to save face on the internet. But let me know in the comments below how you feel about this Umar Johnson saga. I'll continue to keep you guys updated on what's going on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.